Hapa Nation, gaming. We out here, gang, gang. Right.
Gang, gang.
Welcome back to the second episode. The second episode of Four Chat Cooldown, and the first episode was very freelance. We just kind of just all chat. We had a great time. Some of the best topics we actually didn't record, but we went ahead and post up a video on YouTube. Check it out, episode 1 of Four Chat Cooldown. This time is going to be a little bit more formatted. So we're going to do a little member introduction. Obviously, before asking anyone to do anything, I have to do it myself. So, I used to play World of Warcraft many years ago, and I got me and some friends. We got pretty serious about it, and we went from 26 million played. We were on the number 2 server, and we're number 5 clan. In World of Warcraft, it's called Guild. But so I dedicated a good part of my life. Welcome to the
salmon now.
Salmon, what? Welcome to the second episode of Four Chat Cooldown, Raid Shadow Legends, Hapa Nation Clan. We out here, gang, doing it big. Right? So,
Bang, grandma.
So, what this was put together was basically for some, to build that Raid Shadow Legend community. A lot of times when we go online and we look at YouTube videos, it's just one person, putting out some content, which is useful, it's helpful. But what I felt this game lacked was that team camaraderie. Also, a couple other clan members, they also felt that. So we decided to go ahead and start this, this kind of the streaming, this YouTube videos, this podcast, whatever you want to call it, is that we're going to go ahead and log on together, tell you what's going on in our world, right? We got members that are from Poland, Australia, Nevada, California, right? From all over the world, China, Korea, right? And we're going to go ahead and in each episode talk a little bit about what's going on in our community, what's going on in the game, how it affects us personally, what we think about it, as well as how's our clan progression, what's going on in our clan, etc., etc. So that's the content we're going to bring. A little introduction, Japanese 007, gaming in World of Warcraft, took a break, and then went ahead and started gaming again in Raid Shadow Legends. So, that's a little bit about me. We got a couple members on. I'm going to go ahead and announce. So I'm going to start off with Nut, because Nut was someone that I played with in the past that kind of was a free-to-play that actually progressed and was doing significant damage in Clan Boss as a free-to-play. And so, Nut, set it off. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am Nut Slap, and I've been playing since Halloween. Been having real fun with Japanese and chilling out with the clan. Been having fun on Discord and Twitch, and a big thing for the early free-to-play players is to figure out what type of artifacts to put on your champions. So if your champion puts on debuffs, you're going to need accuracy. And if they're attack-based champions, they need attack artifacts. If they're defense champions, they need defense artifacts. And of course, everyone knows we need speed on the boots.
Speed on the boots. So,
farm the speed.
Speedy boots.
Speed boots all day, all night.
Outstanding. There's a little bit of content. If you don't have a pen and paper, you might as well grab it, write it down. But Biggs, the Thunder from Down Under, sit in Australia. Biggs, just 15 to 30 seconds, a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. So I'm Biggins in chat. Yeah, I got an Aussie accent. That's not a weird thing. That's because I'm actually Aussie. Anyway, just started playing this game 1 to 2 weeks, 3 weeks now, just on. I come from a significantly high level in Clash of Clans, and I also managed a clan over there, one of the top UK clans. But yeah, I just needed a break, so come over to Raid. I'm really enjoying it as well. The clans community that Hapa's creating is awesome, and yeah,
thanks,
look
Biggs.
forward to coming on every afternoon after work.
Also, he's a salmon.
Appreciate that. Yeah, he's a salmon. He'll tell you what that means in a little bit. But Outstanding,
You have to find it out,
outstanding,
boys
Biggs.
and girls.
Locke's another member. He was actually someone who joined when we first started this clan, Hapa Nation, and yeah, Locke's been in it from day one. So, Locke, just about 15, 30 seconds about yourself. Set it off.
All right, so I am Lock and Load, and I've been playing the game for about 60 days. I'm more into like the early game. I would say that one of the big things that you want to pay attention to is like not sacrificing like good champions, keeping up with what are the good abilities, what are the bad abilities, stuff like that.
All right, so we'll get into a little bit more of those details as we get into this, this four chat cooldown discussion. We'll get into those details in just a little bit. But before we do, when our first episode, like I mentioned or may not have mentioned, is that it was very free, kind of just freelancing, just talking, just us hanging out, having fun. We had a lot of fun, but we're gonna go ahead and just talk a little bit about what's going on in each one of our community. Again, I'm just gonna today, not being able to really, have a 5:30 curfew to go out. One thing is I haven't done as well has In-N-Out Burger, and if you ever been to California, In-N-Out Burger is kind of iconic. They've used the best quality ingredients, and this isn't a commercial for them. I'm just saying that I decided today after work to break the curfew law, and go out and get, a few In-N-Out burgers. And what was crazy what was crazy is that normally it would have probably took me an hour. Like the distance I covered driving would normally take me an hour, only took me about 20 minutes. So, it wasn't like there wasn't anyone else on the road, but there was definitely probably only about 5% amount of the traffic that would normally be on. LA is kind of world famous for the amount of traffic. It's a number, there's more traffic in LA than anywhere else in the world, but I'm not here to talk about traffic, but that's what's going on in my world is that 5:30 curfew, and I got to eat that In-N-Out burger, delicious. But nuts, what's going on your side of the world? What's going on in the great state of Nevada? I mean, besides the strip being closed, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm in Las Vegas. The strip is closed, but besides that, everything else is pretty normal. You go outside and there's still traffic, there's still people.
So,
And although the restaurants are closed, you can still get takeout.
hmm,
But I just gotta say that this whole fucking kung flu shit is overblown by the media, and it's totally just a normal flu. So there you go.
yeah. So a lot of people I've spoken to, they kind of feel the same way, especially because the people I've spoken to are at work, out and about, and they feel it's just a different type of flu, and the flu takes lives. Unfortunately, the flu takes lives. There's been different other sicknesses, illnesses that's also taken lives, and a lot of people that are out and about working, they feel like that it's just some BS. It's just some bullshit. But just like
Yeah,
anything, you
let
should
me
always
just say,
always be careful, always take care of yourself. So use that
I
hand
just want to
sanitizer.
say,
Hmm.
I want to say that every year within the past decade, each year, an average of 37,000 people die from the flu, and no one talks about it,
Right.
just in the US.
Yeah.
So
So I
just
mean,
keep that in mind.
the statistics are bigger, but this might be just a stronger version of that flu. So, but again, I agree with you, Nut. I think people are kind of blown out of proportion, and and it just makes it interesting times, dealing with this. But Biggins, it was kind of funny because we were all hanging out in Discord, using that voice chat, chatting it up, and in Australia, you were saying how that there was no lockdown. There's people at the beach, people walking their dogs, riding bikes, walking about. But has it changed since last week?
It has indeed. Last night on the news, it got announced that if you are found out of your house, um, and the police pull you over and say, "Why are you out?" If you don't have a good reason, which good reasons include buying food, water, or medicine, that's the only reasons, or going to work, because some people still have jobs. Most of them have lost them, but yeah. That you get fined $11,000, and a lady got 6 months in jail yesterday
Wow, that's
because
huge.
she
I mean,
basically she told the
That's
That's
police that she was
bullshit,
just
dude.
chilling,
mm.
and that's not the law anymore.
See,
So
that's what they want to do. They want to take your freedoms away, dude.
You
Are you
know,
gonna let that happen?
and one thing that's
right,
pointed out to me, and I know this is a little off topic, and I don't mean to interrupt, but when they throw that 5:30 curfew and we all have to stay at home, we don't know what the government's doing. We don't know what the world is doing when we're at home behind closed doors. Not even the news is out reporting what's
playing
going on in
raid.
the street, right? So we're here playing raid, as Biggs mentioned, but we don't know what's going on, right? Locke, we only had you on Discord chatting just a few times. I actually don't know where you're from. Why don't you announce where you're from and what's going on in your community with this pandemic?
Well, right now I'm in KC, and probably about a week ago there was people walking out their pets. You had people going to work, you had people washing their cars and stuff like that. But right now they're actually starting to take it serious,
Hmm.
and people are staying inside. Starting to
So
look like a ghost town.
starting to look like a ghost town. And what's crazy to me is where I live at this time of the year in Southern California at the beach. Uh, we get tons of tourists to the point where if you don't leave before 12 o'clock, you can get stuck in an hour and a half to 2 hours of traffic, right? And it kind of started to seem like, wow, I couldn't believe that we're going through this pandemic, this, we're and whatnot. But throughout the day, a lot of traffic, a lot of people. But as soon as it hit 4:30, it was like it became a ghost town where there was tens of thousands of people. This is when the beaches were still open in California. There's tons of people at the beach, but as soon as it hit that curfew time, people left. And I have friends that have actually decided like, hey, I'm not listening to the freaking curfew rules. Whatever, beaches are closed. I don't give a fuck. Right? Part of my language. Probably hear a little weird bleep, but they got like a $500 ticket for being out after the curfew. So when they say beaches are closed, beaches are closed. I saw a couple. Tonight going from in and out to home, I definitely saw police giving people tickets and enforcing a couple of those laws, a couple of those rules. Um, but for going around the world, what's going on around the world and our clan members, I'm glad you're able to kind of hear what's going on. If you're tuning in for the first time, hit that subscribe, hit that like button, and tune in for the next episode. We can hear the progress. But what I want to tackle next is you know raid. What content's being put out? How do new members feel about raid? What's their favorite champions, etc., etc. For me personally, I'm just really looking to bridge that gap from just starting to end game. I feel a lot of the YouTube videos that are put out is for like beginning and end game, but there's nothing in between. So that's the content I want to deliver. That's why I like this game. It gives me a chance to share my knowledge and put out some good content. But Nut, you kind of mentioned a little bit about for those free to play people. If you can put a little bit more throw a little bit more details in that. For those, maybe that intermediate, beginner, intermediate, mid game people that are free to play, like how you were. But,
What do you want to know exactly?
so we kind of mentioned earlier how important it is to read skills, what type of skills you need, etc., etc. If you can just go into a little bit more details about that for some of our viewers that are running like being a free to play player, what do I need to do?
Well, like I said, I mean, anyone that puts on debuffs on the enemy is going to need accuracy. That's number one.
All right, so
That's
number
probably the biggest thing I would have to say. And then besides that, especially when you're early game, I mean, you're not going to have a lot of artifacts to choose from. So you kind of got to go with what you got.
right
And a big deal is to keep your fucking champs alive. So you're going to need like HP
percentage
and defense
percentage
artifacts. Yes, of course, percentage is going to be better than the flat stat.
right.
But
So
even when you're early game, I mean, flat stat's not going to be that bad, especially since you really don't have a lot of artifacts to choose from. So if you even have main stats on your artifacts, if you got decent substats, it's still going to be good to keep and level up. I
right
wouldn't level up any of them to 60 early game.
16.
Yeah, 16. I mean, I'd
Yeah.
keep them around 12, 8 or 12.
8 or 12, perfect. And as Nut said, when you're just starting out and you're those flat stats are still okay to have if you don't have anything better. but you only want to get them up to like 12. But save them, don't sell them, don't destroy them. Use them on your Fraction Wars. That's very useful. I found that it's very useful to use on Fraction Wars. Hey,
Yeah,
Nuts,
and I gotta
thanks.
say that the best stats in the beginning to have on the artifacts are to have speed sets, artifact set, or I mean accuracy sets, speed sets, and crit rate sets.
Outstanding. So, make sure you subscribe, you hit that like button so you can hear, as a free to play player, what are some tips that Nuts going to throw out on these channels, on Twitch, on YouTube, about free to play, how to take it to the next level. All right, so stay tuned for that. Biggs, you had big success in Clash of Clans. You're kind of like if I had an NBA basketball team and you're going to go up the ranks, it's someone that I would kind of snatch out, on the draft. You're that type of guy with your current background. But no, Biggs,
That's a good
go ahead and
analogy.
drop it like it's hot. Let them know what's up on that 2 to 3 weeks. It's your third week playing. You had some decent success. As much as anyone has in the
Yeah.
first 3 weeks. But drop it like it's hot. Let it go.
Yeah. Well, in 3 weeks I've managed to clear. I managed to 3-star brutal campaign, so I'm up to hardcore already. But yeah, I'm focusing on getting my bronze and silver medals for the whole. And
So I'm not trying to interrupt
yeah,
you.
I'm having. Yeah.
Actually, I hit the start
Go ahead.
button, so I apologize.
You did.
Yep. And I wanted to actually show what content he was talking about. And for someone to do what he's doing in their first 3 weeks, is so as you see, I'm kind of farming that same content as you watch this video. But I'm gonna lay out real quick. When you have a 6-star, you have a campaign farmer, right? You're able to level up all your other champions very quickly. It's so much smarter to make a 6-star, bring them to 60, throw some gear on them instead of doing 4 or 5 50s. The amount of time it takes to
Yeah,
do
exactly.
4 or 5 50s, you could actually get a 6-star and then level one else to 6 at a dramatic speed. But real quick, I just want to show what he's talking about, just so you can see this type of progression. And he's had this success because his first week he joined, it was like, hey guys, what should I do? Right? So out of all the modes,
Yeah,
he's in
exactly.
Brutal. He's actually hit Nightmare already. And I want you to talk about your starter champion, right? But he asked the questions. Nut, myself, a few other members gave him the advice, and he didn't just like, oh yeah, that's cool, guys, but he actually applied it, and he's been having big success for being his first 3 weeks in. So he has this on lock on farm, one of the most beneficial places to get to. But go ahead, talk about that starter champion real quickly.
Yeah, so I downloaded the game just for something to do, and I chose Kale. I don't know what came over me, but he's obviously the best, probably by far starter champion, and I just chose him because I thought he looked cool. But yeah, it turns out I made a good choice, and when I came in, I started listening to the boys and girls, and because on Clash I was more of the advice giver as well, so I like to take on the advice. I'd like people to take on the advice I was giving them.
That's smart.
So, in that sense, I listen to the top players, yeah.
So
And
because of his previous experience,
back to you.
knowledge, he's able to he already has like that good foundation to like grow, right? He doesn't let his ego get in the way, even though you can tell by his name he has a little bit of ego. I shouldn't say
well,
little,
I
but
could just be told
big.
one or two options. It's okay.
Yeah. So he's doing the right things. He's doing the right moves. Congrats, Big, for having a lot of success. But we're gonna go ahead and move on to Lock and Load. Lock and Load. You've been a part of the clan, like I mentioned, from day one. But in the game, what have you found? What have you noticed to be? I think we kind of talked a little bit before. You kind of mentioned when you're first starting, what packs to get, what packs not to get, but you found something that was beneficial to you. Let's go ahead and throw it out for anyone who's new to the game.
So I think the best thing that you can get starting out is the battle pass, because it gives you a lot of XP, which it's one of the resources that I think we take for granted. Like at the beginning of the game, I remember I used to collect the XP boost and just use them. And sometimes you want to make sure you have energy and the XP boost at the same time, so
So
you can
good,
actually
so good.
level everything up.
Yes.
Yeah, and you want to make sure that you're patient. You do the times two summon events. When you have the higher chance of getting a better champion, and also like not being like way too much into your pull rates. Sometimes you're gonna get really bad champions, and sometimes you'll get really good ones. You just really never know.
Right. I want to recap on that real quickly before we get to the closing of this video. Is that he talked about wait for the times two. Don't waste your shards. Wait for the times two. Let them stack up. Increase your odds and not being attached. There's so many people that have a lot of luck when they first play, and start opening shards, right? And some people don't. But the thing is eventually, according to the numbers, your time is going to hit. You're going to be due. You're going to be able to pull those amazing champions, right? So, you know, like you said, don't get emotionally attached. See it to the end, right? Um, actually, we're actually about to close out. We just want to talk real quickly about what our clan's doing. Um, when we started, we were just looking for active people. We were just looking for active members because in a previous clan that I was in, there was a lot of inactive people. And as far as clan progression goes and clan boss, it was like we were all pulling everyone else's weight. So now we're looking for active people, people who participate. I'm going to show you real quickly one thing that we're doing is that us as a clan, if you're active and you participate, apply. Apply to Hapa Nation. Give the search, apply, find us on Discord, find us on YouTube, place that comment, do that follow, do that subscribe. But what we're doing is that for anyone who's new, because someone who's new in the game, it's like, oh, you should just look for people that are more towards mid and end game, but they don't have any loyalty. We brought people into the clan that were on that mid end game level, and they kick it for 2 days and they pop out. But what we've noticed is people that are new to the game that you help grow with to grow with the clan, to grow to become a better player. That it develops loyalty and also it develops friendship. So what we do is we let anyone who's new into the game do some of the easy modes, and then when that countdown, you see it's at 4 right now, counting down. When it gets about 2, one of the leaders will go ahead and just finish off easy, finish off normal, so that way our members will get those double rewards, right? Obviously, we're doing some significant damage in brutal and in nightmare. So that's where we're progressing at. If you want to be a part of helping some people out and watch them grow, this is the clan, Hapa Nation. But Nut, what is it that you like about this clan? Being a leader of the clan. You're a deputy. What is it that you like?
About the clan?
Yeah, about the clan or just any of our progression.
Oh, I just love coming on every evening on Discord and on the Twitch, checking out people's accounts. We can go and look at everyone's progression, try to get new artifacts for each champions, for all the clan members, pull shards, just checking out clans and progressing everyone and discussing strategies and figuring out what's going on. We just have a good ass time on here.
Outstanding. Biggs, what do you like about Hapa Nation clan?
Yeah, I just wanted to say real quick, like having a background in high performance, sort of intermediate to high performance gaming, I've seen clans like fail and rise, and over time, like the clan I was in, we went from top 200 to 7th in the UK, and I can tell, as much as I'm a new player to this game, I know what it could take to make a clan great, and this clan has the basics, which is a great community, active players. If you look at our member info, the last player that was on, like the last time was a couple of days, like 1 day ago, and that's very rare to see. So it's all about just participation, and then some players will drop off, and the rest will just keep growing, and yeah.
Right. So,
but overall, I'm enjoying my experience a lot, and I can't wait to see the future where we end up.
So as Biggs was saying, is that we have those ingredients, and I think because gaming isn't something new. There's people been doing it for a few years, and as gaming kind of grows, right? We have some of those ingredients to grow with the industry. Locke, what is it that you like about the clan?
Think it's more like the sense of community, knowing that I can ask other members questions. I'm fairly new to the game, so sometimes knowing the right stuff, knowing what to upgrade or who to rank up or who to scale up, who to use your tomes on, you want to know all that stuff.
Outstanding, right? And so that's one thing that we like to provide is that none of the leaders or members in this clan are just worried about their own accounts. We actually take the time to work on each other's account. Biggs last night said to me, "Hey Hapa, if you just have 20 minutes, log in and check out my account." I was like, "Bro, I'm about to go to sleep," but logged in and I'd be on for 2 hours just to help fine tune his account. Me and Nut, we did the math and we helped this cold heart not just level up, but throw on the right gear and increase their damage for spiders, because that's where he's struggling. And that's one thing we do is we work together as a team. Teamwork makes the dream work. Gang, we all here. So hey, Nut, if you have any shots out, you want to throw out any shots out to any YouTubers or anyone who's kind of helped you, let the other people know what, go ahead and throw that shot out. I'm gonna throw one out to someone named Stu Gaming. Sorry, I said like go ahead and throw it out, but then I realized I didn't do my shot out. So my shout out is to Stu Gaming. That was someone when I decided, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and like take this game a little bit more seriously, and I got stuck. And my friend who actually used to do streaming, he's like, I was talking to him on the phone as I'm throwing like the phone little signals. He's like, you actually got to go on YouTube, you got to go on Twitch and watch what they're doing. So I went on, I watched a couple different people, Carrot Top, Salt, but one person that stood out was Stu Gaming. So Stu Gaming, I want to throw you a shout out. The reason why he was appealing to me is because he has a Navy background. I have a Navy background. He lives in Japan. I lived in Japan. So for me, I had something to relate to him with, and like I said though, he's talking about that end game content. I think he might be working on something else right now, but it helped me progress. So I want to say thanks for helping me out, Stu. Shout out. And also I want to throw a quick shout out to Lady, who's going to be editing this video and putting it together and throwing it up on YouTube. But Nuts, sorry for interrupting. Go ahead, throw your shout out.
Well, yeah, I'd have to say shout out first of all to Stu. Stu Gaming is the one that got me really into the game.
Mm-hmm.
But there's other YouTubers out there. There's a lot of good YouTubers actually. I really like Jay Giggs.
Jay,
there's a lot of
Giggs,
comedy
okay.
shit. A lot
Okay.
of good. He's really knowledgeable with artifact sorting and all that kind of shit, and skills and all that. And plus Salt's a good guy to listen to too. He does a lot of information within the game. And there's really a lot of good YouTubers. They keep getting more and more. I even like Farting Cows lately. He's been doing a lot of end game arena, but even though it's end game, it kind of gives you a good idea of which champions you really want to keep progressing.
I'm going to interrupt you.
End game.
I'm going to interrupt you, and not because those aren't good people to give shout outs to, but on our next episode, you're going to have to give another shout out. So save those other shots out. Save them for the next episode, bro. I apologize.
Well, the main shout out I want to do is give to Hapa Nation. That's you, bro.
Hey, I appreciate
Hapa
that.
Nation.
Hapa
Nation's he's the big ticket.
Hapa Nation, we out here.
All right, so
gang,
Biggs, gang, we out here. But Biggs, just throw one shout out and save your next shout out for the next episode. But one shout out, bro.
One shout out right now. It's gonna have to be Ash. I don't know if you guys know him. He's a Clash of Clans YouTuber, and he's actually the guy that got me into this game from the get-go. And I just saw a video of his pop up, and he was playing it, and I was like, "Damn, that's like a good game."
Outstanding.
And,
Outstanding. Locke, quick shout out.
So my shout out was actually gonna be Salt, but you guys already covered it. So I think I'm gonna go with Hell Hades.
Okay.
I like how he makes his videos. He's pretty informative.
All right.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. I like him.
Yeah. I too. I do watch a couple of his videos. I always look for Carrot Top, and I don't call him Carrot Top to be rude or insulting. I just dark whatever. But like I said, I'll save him for a different shout out. But hey, as at closing here, thanks for tuning in. Our second episode of For Chat Cooldown. A little bit of clan discussion, and also we're just building that that raid community. Instead of just being a face or just just some chat that you see in global. What are the personalities behind it? Where are you from? What are you doing? How do you like the game? So I hope we covered some content. I hope you found it interesting. This is a lot different from our first video. But gentlemen, final chance. Any last second comments? Any last second?
Yeah, Biggins is a salmon.
That's an inside
You'll
joke.
find that out soon enough.
Lock,
It's all right, boys.
last chance before I hit the stop record.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
I
hosting
think
us.
we've covered everything.
Hey, I appreciate if the thing is, if you also you have a voice, you saw what we did was kind of fun, fine, it's just okay to watch, but it's okay to comment, it's okay to follow.
Join
No
the
one's gonna
Discord.
get
Be a
mad,
part of the community.
right? But it's like Big said, it's okay to participate, and that's what we're looking for. Some people that want to participate, who want to join us and can add some content, could add some type of content. So thanks for watching.
What can you bring to the table? Exactly.
Thanks for watching.